Alright, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello. Today I will be showing you how to create this adorable cutie. This is what I made in the tutorial that you're about to watch. And this is how it turned out. So I like to do my intros from after I've created it. So this is the future. And yeah, so this is how it turned out. Super duper cute. I love it. And now, as you can tell, that this is a second upload for the dog. The other dog that I uploaded, which had the stomach and stuff, it was a fail, and I'm probably going to delete that YouTube video after I post this, of course, for those who are making it again. But this turned out way cuter. I changed a couple things, as you can see. I made the nose more visible, like the muzzle area. My nose broke on this one, so I stopped that from happening on this one. I did the same nose wrapping, but I used different bands because these were crappy bands. And I added fur everywhere, as you can see. Now, the band count for this, because I get plenty of comments asking what's a band count, and I understand why you want the band count, so you know that you have enough bands. Now, I just calculated all of the stitch rows and then times it by 2 because of the fur, so it's basically double the amount of bands with the fur. And it comes to about 1,100 bands, so almost 2 full packs of loom bands, which is 600 packs. So if you have 2 packs of 600 bands, you'll more than definitely be able to do this, and you won't run out of bands. So I didn't have an exact count for all the rows of colors that I did because that's just too much math for me. Yeah, so this is what I make today, and now I will get on to the tutorial portion. No, what you'll need. So what you will be needing for this today. And I will definitely delete this tutorial because it's very terrible and the ears are just, no. Alright, so now we can get on to things that you'll be needing. So for today I used this pencil, which I like to also do the stuff that you'll be needing after I create the design, so then I figure out everything that I used. Okay, so today you'll be needing just a pencil or a pencil, I mean not pencil or pencil, a pencil or a pen. You can use anything cylinder that is thin, and I also used this toothpick. This is not a toothpick, this is a skewer, but at least it has a pointy end. I used this to undo some of the slip knots, so just keep that in mind. I'm needing a toothpick. Alright, you will also of course be needing your crochet hook. I'm using the Rainbow Loom brand one. You can also use a normal crochet hook for wool. Okay, you'll also need a safety eyes. If you don't have safety eyes, I don't show you how to do beads in the tutorial. You're gonna have to figure that out. I'm really sorry, I completely forgot. But I do show how to obviously apply safety eyes. So you need safety eyes and of course the backings to them as well. Today I used 7.5mm. You can also use 8mm, that will also work, and you can also probably get away with 6mm if you really can't, you know. Okay, and 9mm and so on, whatever you wanted to do. So you will definitely be needing a small pair of scissors. This is for, we actually cut some of the bands in the tutorial, so you'll definitely need some scissors today. Alright, what else will you need? You will of course be needing your bands. So today I used this yellow. I definitely recommend the yellow by Loom Bands. You can get the lemon yellow by Loom Bands. This is just an online seller one that I got. They're not very good bands, they're very thin and stretchy, which is not good for Loom Bands. I mean, well, yeah, anyways. So they're not good quality, but you'll be needing yellow if that's for the colors that I use today. I use this lemon yellow. I did pastels. This is also off the online seller. Just a pastel purple. You can find these on eBay. This is where I found that. You will also need a light blue. I'm pretty sure Rainbow Loom has this type of band as well. These are not bad quality at all by Loom Bands. So you'll be needing that. I used the neon orange by Loom Bands, Rainbow Loom, sorry. I also used the neon green by Loom Bands, not Loom Bands, Rainbow Loom, but I ran out, so I had the exact amount for it, but this is the color of it. Just a neon green. You will also need a light pink. You can also use just the Rainbow Loom brand one. I'm pretty sure they have a lighter pink. I think I have some right next to me. Yes, I do. So here's the difference. So I had this pastel pink from another online seller. I'm pretty sure Loom Band sells this type of pink. I'm not sure. You'll have to check that out. But this pink will also do. This is if you're doing a pastel one, of course. You can also just use mixed bands that you have to get rid of them. And it will definitely create a cute multicolored puppy. Alright, so you will also need, I always forget to put this in, some fiber fill. You can also use a plastic bag, you can use cotton balls. What else? You can use toilet paper, tissues, anything really that you can fill with. You can also fill with leftover bands, but I don't recommend that. It definitely takes a lot of bands to fill something up. But if that is your only thing, then I guess that is an option. So you'll be needing stuffing, and you will of course be needing a stitch marker or C-clip or a S-clip, anything really to mark off your rows. And that sums up everything that you'll be needing today. So with that being said, now we can get on to the tutorial portion. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. Alright, so we have the pattern. It's the same pattern from the last one, and we are going to begin. So I have my pink here. As you can tell, I added more pink. This is a completely different color, but meh. It's the only pink I have, and it's the closest pastel-ish color, which I actually kind of like the color. Alright, so you're going to need your first color that you're using, or only color that you're using. Just going to grab a couple out. And as you can see, we need to make 4 of these in total, and we need to add fur on all rows, which I didn't write, but except for the magic ring. So we're going to start off with a magic ring of just 6 stitches. So we're going to wrap a band around twice to create 3 loops on our hook. Now we're going to take a single band and we're going to pull these 3 loops onto this band with a twist motion, so your band doesn't get stuck. No, sorry, your hook. We're going to reclaim that onto our hook, and now we're going to pull the first band through the second band, again twisting your hook so that it doesn't get caught on the other band. Now go back, so we're going to twist it back, and we're going to twist back into the 3 loops that we started off with. We're going to hold this band with our finger, and we're going to take another band, and we're going to pull just those 3 loops while holding the other band. Reclaim, pull through the second and third stitch. Now we have 2 stitches, and now we need 4 more. So we're going to pull through another one, reclaim, pull through second and third stitch. These bands are a little bit sticky. So 1, 2, 3, now we need 3 more. 1, it actually kind of looks cool with the other pink. 2, 3. Perfect. Alright, so now you can count your stitches on the side. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th one should be on your hook. Now grab your stitch marker and place it on the behind side of the band so that it's out of your way. Okay, so now we're going to go into the first chain, and then we're going to start adding fur. Alright, so for the first chain we're doing single crochet increase. We're going to start off with a single crochet. Now before we pull any bands through, we're going to grab a single band and we're going to wrap it around our hook once to create 2 loops. Now it will look like a figure 8, that's what you want. Now you hold that down with your finger, grab another band, pull that fur piece on, and then we're going to pull this through those other 2 loops, holding this one in your hook still. Reclaim, and we're going to pull the first stitch through the second and third. Okay, and that was our single crochet. Now we're moving on to an increase. So we're going to go to the next chain over. We're going to do our fur band again, wrap it around once, pull that wrapped around once band on first, and then through the chain, reclaim, and then pull through the second and third. Now, because we're doing an increase, we need to go back into that chain. So the same chain you just went in, going back into it. And we're gonna, don't forget to do your fur band. Pull that fur band on, reclaim, pull through one another. Now going to the next chain, it is a single, so we're just doing a single crochet. Make sure you add your fur. And because that was a single crochet, I'm pretty sure it was a single crochet. Wait, was it? Yeah, so it was a single crochet. Now we're doing a increase. I keep forgetting to do the fur band. Don't forget to do the fur band. Something is shaking. What is that? I think it's my stand. Don't worry. So we're doing an increase back into that same chain. I seriously have no idea what that is. I'm sorry if that annoys anybody. I'm not gonna figure it out. That's an increase. Now going to the next stitch over, and we're doing a single. I think I just missed a, did I just miss? No, okay. Make sure you do a fur band. This is definitely a time-consuming project, and it definitely takes patience. And the last stitch is a increase, so make sure you do your fur bands still. After this clip, I will figure out what that banging is. So we definitely just did a single, right? Yeah, I'm so forgetful. Okay, now remove your C-clip and reclaim to the minutes on your hook. Now we should have 12 stitches. Actually, no, that's not true. We should have, I'm just going to count how many stitches I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 bands. Just checking I did them all right. Single crochet, increase, single, increase. Yep, so you should have 9 bands at the moment. 9 in count-wise on the stitches. And now we can continue on to the next row. The next row is the exact same thing. We're just doing single crochet increase to increase it to a larger form, but I will be changing colors. I'm just going to quickly get my next color prepared. Alright, so we're going to begin, and I couldn't resist doing a pastel rainbow, so that's what we're doing today. Alright, so we're going to our first chain, and we're just doing a single crochet, but because we're changing colors, this can be a little bit difficult, but we're going to start off with a fur band, right? Now we're going to take that fur band onto the band, as we have been before, pull through the first chain, but now instead of leaving this on your hook, we're going through that chain as well, okay? Then we're going to reclaim and pull through one another. That is how you change colors. Okay, so we're going to go to the next chain, and we're doing an increase, so we're doing the same thing. Grab your wrap band, and then pull that onto a band, like so. Now go back into that chain. This is going to look so cute. And we're just doing an increase. So, and then we're doing a single, increase, like we did just before. So now we're doing another single. And a increase. Single crochet. And the next, just say increase. Make sure you're doing your fur bands in every single stitch that you do. And you can also do it the same way I did, but just go check out the other video if you want it to look like this without fur everywhere except the head, which I actually kind of like this way, but I wanted to try it with full fur, so. And make it some fun colours, and this will hopefully help those people who are confused. Sorry, we're doing an increase. Single. Here's a random thought. For some YouTubers, I'm not gonna, namely say anybody, but some people's YouTube voice, like when they're talking, can be annoying. So I'm actually kind of curious if you find my voice annoying. Just comment down below. No harsh feelings. I actually really want to know. Doing increase. It's a strange thought, but is my voice annoying? Because I don't know, and I'd like to know. There's no hateful people on my YouTube channel, so that is a very positive note. So there's been no hate comments, honestly, and no dislikes actually as well. I just did a single. Yeah, we're just doing a single in the last stitch. Now I'll do a band count for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and because we did a stitch at the start with a slip stitch, that first stitch doesn't count because this is the same stitch. So I completely just forgot the number I did. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. So you should have 12 stitches at this point. And now we're going to move on to decreasing. This is being mean. Don't be mean. Okay, so you can straighten out your fur as much as you'd like. You can also add fur in the magic ring if you would prefer, but you're not going to be able to see it. So, alright, so now I'm going to, again, prepare. Actually, I'm not going to prepare my bands. I'm going to do another row of mango. Okay, I keep calling it mango. It's neon orange. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the next round. So we're going to do single crochet decrease. So again, as I just pointed out, sorry about that, someone just walked in my room. But as I was saying, this is a, I've lost my track of thought. So this is a slip stitch. That's it. Sorry. So this is a slip stitch, and with slip stitches, it creates a stitch that looks like a stitch, but it's not. So you don't want to go to the first one that is smaller than the first one. Well, in my case, it's not, but you want to skip that first looking stitch. You want to go to the next stitch over. Alright, and we're going to start decreasing. So we're now doing single crochet decrease. So to do that, we're doing the same thing. Grab your fur band. This is a single crochet, so we're just doing a normal single crochet in the first chain. Now we're doing a decrease. Now, my favorite way to do a decrease, there are many ways. You can choose whatever way you'd like to do this. But preferably, I like to do the front stitch of the first chain, and then the next chain over, I do the back stitch. So it looks kind of invisible when decreasing. So now we'll just pull a band, before you pull that band through, you want to do your wrap band. And then pull through the wrap band and the 2 stitches. Reclaim and then pull through. So we're repeating that, so we're just doing a single crochet. And then a front stitch of the first chain, back stitch of the second chain for a decrease. I constantly forget to do wrap bands. Don't be me, always add wrap bands. So this is a single crochet, and we're just repeating this. Single crochet decrease. I legit just did that stitch and I forgot. Yeah. Decrease, front stitch of the first chain, back stitch of the second chain. Can you see me? Yes, you can see me. Is it in focus? Yes, it's in focus. Okay. I'm not constantly looking at the camera because it's out of my view of sight. So if there are any parts that are going off, like glitchy or like over here or under here. I'm really sorry about that. There's not much I can do except stay in camera and make the camera stay in focus. I check every now and then, but if it is out of focus, I don't watch through my entire videos because one, they go for 2 hours. So I don't think anyone wants to sit through watching someone loom for 2 hours. So just doing a decrease now. I am thinking of doing a questionnaire video, so where you guys ask me questions on Instagram. I'll put a post on Instagram soon. That's if I, again, remember, because there's a lot of other things I have to do. So yeah, I might do that. It is if that's something you want to see, so comment if you want to see that. Oh! We don't want to, oh, doesn't want to cooperate with me right now. Alright, so now we have something that looks like this. You can also, again, fix up your fur if it's being annoying. But now we are going to move on to our next color. So I just quickly decided to go off camera and put them in containers so it's a lot easier for me to access. We are now moving on to yellow. So our next round is a single crochet. We're doing 5 rounds of these in total, so this is where it gets repetitive. I'll be doing 1 round with you guys. As I have shown you how to do a single crochet, but I'll do 1 round with you. You should at the moment have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches, which also makes sense because we started off with 9 stitches. Okay, so we're gonna do our 9 stitches. I don't know, it looks small for some reason. Alright, so we're going to go into our first chain and we're just going, sorry, I am legit right next to the toilet, so if you hear anyone flush the toilet, that is why. Alright, so we're going to start off with our first band, again, wrap band. I need to be more in focus. Just wrap band, pull the band through. Because we're changing colour, we're doing a slip stitch, so we're going to go through the first chain and the chain that we don't normally go through. So we're pulling through all. And reclaim. Okay, so we're doing a just single crochet all the way around. So really simple. I'm doing 2 rounds of each color. I probably won't do the whole round with you. Actually, there's only 9 stitches, so it should be pretty good. Oh great, my phone is on low battery. It's alright, we're about to go on to single crochet rounds. Alright, this is the last stitch I'll do, and then I will go off camera. I'll tell you what you have to do. So we're just doing that, single crochets all the way around, nothing special. And this is the first round, so this counts as 1 round, and then you want to do 4 more on top of that. So you should have 5 rounds of single crochet in total, and then come back to me once you are done. Alright, so I've now done my 5 single crochet rounds, and I also went off camera and did 4 more legs. I'll tell you what to do with that in a second. So I have just done the last row, which you should have 5 rounds. And now I'm up to my last stitch on this 5th round, so I'm going to go into that last stitch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a wrap band, like that, and then I'm going to pull this band through everything on my hook. So that loop and the loop we don't normally go through. Through all, reclaim, and then tighten. Alright, now we grab the C-clip, or whatever you're using, and just put that to the side. We don't need that. Now I'm going to show you how to tie it off. So, as you can see from where we will be needing 4 bands to tie it off today. So, sorry, no, we only need 3. The 4th one is already on. Okay, so we're going to have a look at the stitches here. So at my table, they're just very squeaky. Nothing I can really do about that. Alright, so we have our stitch here. I'm just going to zoom in so you can see. So we have our stitch here, and now we have stitches along here. What we're going to do is you can see this stitch here, and you can see the next stitch over. We're going to go to the next stitch over. Then on the other side, there is a corresponding stitch to it. We're going to go to that corresponding stitch. Take a band and pull through both stitches. Reclaim and then tighten. These bands tighten really nicely. Now we're going to go into the next stitches over, so you can see here there is stitch and stitch. So we have that stitch there and then we have the next stitch over. We're going to go to the next stitch over and we're going to go to the corresponding area to that. Make sure you go through all the stitches. Grab another band and pull through. And because that's not quite even with the other side, we're going to go to the end, and as you can see there are little bands here. It's going to take our hook, hold up, take our hook right here on the end. There should be 2 bands. It's going to take our last band and we're going to pull through. Oh, where'd it go? I think that's the band, there we go. And then just tighten so it's all even. So you should have 4 tying off bands. It can get a bit confusing because of all the fur, but you should now have 4 tying bands, and you can also stuff it. That's up to you, of course. But so the pattern I did for my leg was I just did a pink round, I did the magic ring and then I did 1 round of single crochet, so well, whatever the pattern was in pink. Then I did 2 rounds of orange, 2 rounds of yellow, 1 round of green, and 2 rounds of the purpley blue. Alright, so now that you've made 1, pause the video here, and now you want to make 4 more legs. The exact same thing. In my other tutorial for the puppy, it is a lot bigger, as you can see, and that's because we did the wrap bands on everything. So it's going to turn out a lot bigger, but I did a extra row on the back legs for this one. For this, we're not going to be doing an extra row because of how big they turned out. You can add an extra row if you would like to, so that the legs are a little bit longer from behind, but I prefer not to. So you just want to make 4 legs, so pause the video here, make 4 legs, and come back to me. Alright, welcome back. Now that you're up to where I am, with your 4 fluffy legs, we are now going to move on to the ears. Alright, so I just quickly went off camera and made a ear, but this is what you'll be making for the ear. You can also make it longer as well. I'll tell you how to make it longer if you would prefer them to be longer. So far you should have, of course, all your legs, and stitched and attached, and if you wanted, stitched at the top, and if you wanted to have stuffing in them, just do that before you stitch them up, of course. So that's them, they're nice and fluffy and really soft. So now we're going to make the ears. So this was what we made here, but of course it's bigger. It's the exact same pattern, well, kind of, I changed it slightly, but yeah, we can make it longer, you can make it longer. I'm pretty sure I will make this longer. That's what it looks like. So we're going to start this off, and you'll be needing your colours, of course. We're not going to be doing any slip stitches if you're doing colours, because there's just too many colours. Alright, so we have our colours of bands here. So we're going to start off with a magic ring of 6, but in that magic ring of 6 we are doing fur and all. Okay, so we're going to wrap our band around twice to create 3 loops, and we're going to pull our first band through. Before we pull just one single band through, we're going to wrap this one first, then we're going to grab a single band, hold that, pull this through. Sorry if I have makeup on my fingers. And then you'll pull through the cap band as well. Alright, now we can reclaim like that. Okay, so now you have your fur band at the back, and the cap band is now in the other side. Alright, so I'll just position the camera so you can see me a bit better. So we've gone back into the slip knot, and I'm going to be changing colours due to it not being such a big thing. So I'm going to change to my orange, and I'm going to wrap my band around once, take another band, pull that onto the band. You can hold this cap band while you pull this one on, but that's a little tedious, so pulling that just through the cap band only, reclaim, pull through. Alright, so now we have that. Now make sure you have that at the back and you don't get confused. Now going back into that same middle center piece. Moving on to yellow. Another band through. Okay, back into that magic ring. Oh my god, I was totally off camera then. Sorry about that. I just did the exact same thing with the yellow. I'm doing it the green right now. Oh god. Okay, so if that happens, it can get really confusing, so you just take it apart. And then go back into that magic ring. Alright, I hope that's not confusing. You can fix up your fur later. It does turn out pretty fluffy, so. Alright, and now we're going back into that magic ring again, and we are doing a blue stitch, so I just have my blue to the side. Wrap around once, grab your second band. Alright, back in, and we're grabbing last colour. So you should have 6 bands in this magic ring. Just pack of bands are going to fall off the table. Alright. This table has gotten way more squeaky. Alright, so now you have something that looks like this. You should have fur in all stitches. Okay, so you should have a magic ring of just 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The first one may look a little tight in stitch wise, but just make sure you count that. So that's a stitch right there. So 1, and then the orange 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, grab your stitch marker, and we're going to place that on the back end of the stitch, and now we're going to go into the first chain. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so I don't go off camera again. And we're going to take some pink bands. You only need 4. Okay, you want to grab your first band. Because we're in pink, I'm doing a pink one. Pull through. I'm not doing a slip stitch because there's way too many color changes and it'll just get confusing. So go back into that same chain. We're doing an increase all the way around. Like so. Alright, now we're going to the next chain, which is orange, and we're doing another increase. As I said, increase all the way around. Back into that chain, same chain. Alright, the next chain over is a yellow, doing the exact same thing, an increase. Make sure you're adding your fur bands. I hope it's in focus. Yeah, here in focus. Back into that same chain. Next chain, we're doing single increase again. Again, this is time consuming with the fur bands, but it does turn out cute, so. Back into that same chain. I am definitely running out of green. I'm going to have to change the type of green I use throughout the project, but that's alright, I don't really mind. The next stitch, increase once again. Alright, and the last chain is a pink. We're going into the last chain with an increase as well. So you should have 12 stitches at the end of this round. This is definitely going to be a long video. Might even do it into 2 parts. It depends on how long it is when I'm editing. So if this is part 1, then I guess I would have stated that at the start of the video when I had already created this. I do the intros at the end of creating it, so then I have the thing to show you at the start and how big it is, how many bands it takes. Alright, so now it will look like a little bit in, if that's what your bands are doing. Try to stretch it out a bit. Don't be too harsh on the bands because you don't want to snap them and you don't want to make holes. But try to just keep it so it's not as rounded, because again, we want this to be flat. The next part should flatten it out a bit more. So now we're doing increases in the next 5 chains, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the first yellow chain, okay? So that's it, okay? So on the first chain, we're doing a increase. Add your fur bands to all. Back into that same chain. Again, the first 5 chains we're doing increases. So increase in the first chain, the next chain is also a pink. Okay, now you're going to do the same thing in the orange. Wrap band around once, pull through, I just moved the camera over a little bit so I didn't constantly go to the side. So there's that. Alright, so we did 1 stitch in that orange band, and we're just pulling through another one. Including fur bands, of course. Okay, back into that same one, make sure we're doing increases in the first 5 chains, then we have 1 more chain after this. Okay, and then 1 more increase, so you should have 5 increases if you're doing just a single colour. Back into that same chain. Alright, so now something like that. Now we're going to be doing rows. So what we're going to do is going to take our hook out of this, hold it, turn it around, and put it in like this. Now, the reason why you don't normally do this with these type of rows that you do, and the reasoning for that is because it's backwards, but we need to do this so that the fur is on the right way. So we're going to go into that first yellow chain. Sorry, we're going to take a yellow, and you're just going to add a fur band, and we're doing single crochets. So this may be confusing. Basically, I will try to explain it as best as I can. We're going to the first chain. We swapped our hook around. Bring it through, reclaim, pull through. So now the fur is the right way around. Now, as you can see, there are chains going all the way along here. We're going back through those chains, and you can go back and forth until you're liking the length of your ears, okay? I'm gonna go to the next chain over, take a band, and we're gonna wrap it, and then pull through. For my ear that I did just before and showed you, I didn't do it this way. I actually did it the normal way that you do it and then realized that the fur was the wrong way. So I'm going to try it this way, and it seems to be working. It just might be a little bit more difficult than normal if you're used to this type of looming. So what you'll do is you'd wrap your band around. So we're just doing single crochets in each chain. Pull your fur band on. Now you'd hold this band that's on your hook, bring it through without the fur band getting in your way. Bring it through, up, okay, we're still holding that band, and then pull through all. Okay, definitely is working. And now we're doing that in the next 2 chains. Okay, so again, go into that next chain. Just going to zoom in. Same thing, pull the fur band up, pull through, excluding the one that's on your hook at the moment. Reclaim, pull through. Okay, we still have one more orange band, so we're going to go to that orange band. Wrap the band around once. Pull through. Oh gosh. Pull through, and reclaim. Alright, so that would be a normal, so we're going to stop there. Now if you want to stop here and just have this length of ear, which is my length of this one, which I'm probably going to remake this ear because I completely changed it up here. This one has a longer extension area here, which I dislike. I'm going to remake that ear. But now we have something that looks like this, so you have a circle at the bottom and you have a square at the top. Now you can do another row, which I'm going to do another row, just to make them a little bit longer. Actually, so these ones here, they are they were just like a magic ring and something. I will decide to add another row when it comes to making the head. So for now, I'm just going to tie it off for now. I'm on the side of the camera again. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to go to the first chain of the pink or whatever color you're using, and we're just going to pull a band through all. That didn't work. It can be a little bit of a struggle to do. Pull nice and tight. You can either chop that band to about there, or you can pull it on the inside of here, which I recommend. Or you can just leave it there, like out in the fur bands, because that will more than likely just fit in. What is that? Oh, here. Alright, so you just got a couple of those bands that are annoying, and you can just change that. Now, because you can leave that as is in the middle of the ear, because we'll be placing it on the dog. Okay, that is how you create the ear. And now I'm going to do another one off camera because these look nothing alike. So I will be right back after I've done that off camera. So you want to make 2 of these and then come back to me. So 2 of these and then come back to me. And then you should have your legs and ears all done. So I'll do that all off camera now. I'll do the other ear off camera now. I'll just take this one apart and remake it. And I will be right back with you. Alright, so we're going to start making the head now. I just quickly went off camera again and fixed this lighting. And cleaned up and put the pattern out. Alright, so we're now going to make the muzzle part of the dog and the nose. So you'll be needing your black bands. Alright, so we'll be needing these. So I'm just going to put them to the side. Make sure they're Rainbow Loom brand because I used a non-Rainbow Loom brand for this puppy and the nose broke. So try to use better quality thick bands that don't break easily, like Rainbow Loom brands. Alright, so as the pattern says, we're going to start with a magic ring of 6 stitches, and I'm going to start off with my pink bands. Just trying to grab the bands that I want out. Alright. So let us begin. So we are going to start with a magic ring of 6 stitches. So wrap your band around once and twice. Oh. And we're just doing a normal magic ring with no fur. Pull your band through, reclaim, pull through. Excuse my sister in the background, she's playing some kind of game and I don't really want to close my door right now because it's stuffy in my room. So just doing a magic ring of 6 stitches, pretty simple. You should have already made 6 of them, so it should be pretty good right now. Sorry about that cut, I just had a meeting for school. Okay, anyways, so to carry on, and by the way, that was the last meeting of the day, so I'm now finished school. Okay, so we're doing a, wait, how many stitches have I done? Gosh, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the one on your hook counts as 1, now we need to do 3 more. So 1, 2, 3. So now we have 6 stitches, so on the sides you can count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm just going to quickly close my door because it's really loud out there. Alright, door is shut now. Now we're grabbing a C-clip and we're just putting it on the back of our band. Okay, we're going into the first stitch and we're going to start adding our fur bands. So now we're going to be doing increase all. I'm going to change, should I change the color of my bands? No. Okay, we're going to do a wrap band. I just broke my nail. Oh, lovely. I'm just going to cut that. Sorry about that. Okay, we're going to continue. So, we're just doing increases in all stitches, as it says in the pattern here. So because we did 1 stitch in that one, we're going back into the same chain, grabbing another wrap band, like so. I'm doing my rows again like I did with the feet. For the ears, the only reason why I did heaps of colours in the same thing is because it's smaller and I want all the colours in the ear. So, wrap. Wrap bands can be very annoying. Alright. Just doing a full increase round. I just adjusted the camera a bit because, again, I was going over here. Alright, so we went to the next chain. I'm pretty sure I did double on that one. Yep. You should have 12 stitches at the end of this round. And I will more than likely write the stitches down on the pattern sheet, so I can see how many bands it used. So I can try and get a band count for you, because I get a lot of comments on that. Why is it doing that? Okay, and the last stitch. Alright. We're going to do a couple more rows of these rounds. Yeah, we're going to do our single crochet rounds, or actually no. We're now going to attach the nose. So make sure you have 12 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the last stitch, 12. Alright, now we're going to do the nose, and this is where it was probably confusing in my last tutorial. I didn't explain the nose very well at all, so we're going to explain that better in this tutorial. So what I started off by doing was just, as you can see, the magic ring of 6 in the middle. I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to get this out of the way, so I will put it back later when we're continuing on with the head. But we're going to now need our black bands. So I have my black bands by Rainbow Loom. Just take a couple of those out. And take a different hook. You can also just take it off that hook. I have a hook next to me, so why not? You can also do this with your fingers, so you can do it with your fingers this way. So what you would do, I will show you how to do both. You would grab the band through one another. Grab it so it's like that. Then you would pull that one through the other and then tighten. Now if you want to do it with your hook, you would just grab the band, pull the band onto that, reclaim, and then pull one through the other. If they twist up like this, just twist it back. And we need 5, a chain of 5. That's also twisted just a bit, so I'm just going to untwist that. Actually, that twisted it more. Honestly, it doesn't really matter at this point. So we have 4, we need 1 more. Make sure you choose the thickest bands. And try not to pull the bands too much, otherwise they might break as being the nose. And I didn't use Rainbow Loom brand for the nose last time, I used crappy bands. So I really hope your nose doesn't break. So we now have a thing of 5, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one there. Alright, so we're going to grab our... So my phone just cut off footage on accident. I didn't do anything, but it stopped recording because I had too much space on my phone. But now we're back. Okay, so you should have your chain of 5, and we're going to start adding it on. But first, we're going to go into the first chain. I'm just going to take a random band, pull through all, and we're just going to tie it off for the moment. Make sure it's not too tight of a slip knot. Make sure you can still get it undone. Alright, so I'm going to turn to the front. We're going to grab this, and we're going to see where the top would be. And we're going to see where the front would be, and you can choose, we're going to start with the front, so the top band, so we can see the top band here. What we're going to do is we're going to put our hook through that top band. I'm going to zoom in even more. I'm going to go through that. Here we have 2 on the side, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. We're going to go through the top one. Through there. Now we head to the back. We're going to take our band and we're going to pull that through about halfway. Alright, so now that we have that, we're going to go through the bottom one right here. So we're going to go through the back this time, so you can see where the top is right here. On the bottom, we're going to go to the bottom one like so. We're going to grab the end of this band and we're going to pull that through to the back. So now we have something that looks like that. Whoa. Now we have bands here and here. What we're going to do is we're going to take our hook through the front to the back in this little hole here, and we're going to take any band really. Doesn't really matter at this point, we're just taking any band. I'm taking the top band. Actually, it does matter. Take the top band, pull that through to the back, okay, And now we're going to take this band and we're going to put it to the top. But we need to go through the back. So we're going to go to the back and we can see where that band is coming out from at the top. Now at the top here, you want to go back into that top stitch that we did at the start. And we're going to take our hook and we're going to take the band that's hanging out from here and we're going to pull that through the first band that we did before. So you should have two bands coming out of this. Now it doesn't matter about the knots just yet, we can fix that in a sec. But you're not going to be able to get rid of all the knots. So now we have something that looks like that. Okay, now we're going to go through the other side, which has another little loop hole. We're going to go through there. We're going to take the top band again, pull that through to the front, and then we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side, and we're going to go through the top band right here at the top, and we're going to pull this band through here. Alright, so you can keep it like that if you would like, but if you would like to add a little bit more detail, which is what I will be doing, try not to pull in the bands, because otherwise it pulls up the stitches as well. Now it's hard to get rid of the knots, so you're just going to have to leave them there. They're not that easily seen anyways, so. Okay, so now if you want to fill in these two little holes here, what I did to do that was through these little stitches here, you can spread them in the middle. So I'm basically just going through the middle of that stitch right here. Hope that makes sense. And we're going through to the back. Now I'm going to take the loop that has the most band on it. I'm going to loop that onto my hook and I'm going to bring it back through. Make sure you don't catch any other bands except the black band when doing so. Don't know what happened there. Ah, we had that. Alright, so now we have it coming up through this. The heck? Oh, it's got this bit. Okay, sorry. So now we're coming up through this stitch right here. And what we're going to do is we're just doing the exact same thing we did for the other ones. We're going through the top loop. Top loop. And we're going to pull this band through. Alright, so now that blocked up a hole there. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side to block up that hole. So we're going through right here, this stitch here, and the longest band, so I'm going to pull through this one. I hope I haven't gone off camera at all, I'm constantly checking, so. Okay, we're pulling that through, and that also tightened the other one. Okay, we can fix it up in a sec. And now we're going through the top once again. The top is a very heavy place of where we attached the nose. And we pull that through. And now you have a nice blocked out nose. So make sure your band isn't coming out. Okay. And now you have that, basically. You can fix it up a bit. You can go back through some stitches, you can do some more loops, you can add some more bands here, which I'm going to add another band onto this one that's almost coming out. Just going to attach two more, actually only one more. And I'm just going to go back in through here because there's not much of a gap here. That's a big gap, sorry. Like that. I'm going to grab the one that I just attached another band on. And I'm going through that stitch, and then I'm going through the top stitch. This stitch definitely has a lot of stitches in it, but that is just to create the tip of the nose. And for those people who have, of course, the safety eye kind of themed nose, definitely use that. I really want to get some of those, they look super cute. So that is my nose. That's what it should look like, not, you know, that. So I'm just gonna zoom out because I'm completely zoomed in. So we now have, and excuse this line, this is just a dent in my table. Not dent, sorry, it's a foldable table, but I needed to move the camera over so you can see what I'm doing. So just ignore that, actually I might just zoom in to the point where you can't see it. Alright, so that is the nose now once completed, and you're happy with the final look of it. If there's anything that's coming out really far like this, it's fine, just grab your hook on it. Grab your hook on it? Put your hook on it and try to grab this band as well underneath the slip knot if you put a new slip knot on. Okay, so try to put it through there, and then now we're just going to tie it off. So to tie it off, we're grabbing two bands, reclaim, and just slip knot them together basically. And then it's easily adjustable, so you can move them over a bit, you can space them out a bit. Do whatever you please, and that's the nose. Okay, now you can undo the, if you did a extra slip knot so you could pull it through, you can undo that now, but it's not a necessary step if you didn't add a extra slip knot, or if you used the extra slip knot again, this is not necessary. Try not to pull it too much, because then you'll muck up the nose. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there because it's hard to take apart, and now we're going to begin on, I'm just going to push it into the, oh god, lovely. Yeah, don't do that. I'm just going to play up with the nose and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm happy with my shape of the nose now. I just kind of pulled out some of the bands, and in the back I just cut the bands down a slight bit so it was out of the way when I'm looming, because these are both slip knotted, and I also wrapped a band around here. So I just wrapped it around and tied it around a couple times to stop it from coming back out through here, which I probably should have showed on camera, but I just did it, and yeah, so that's what I did. I just wrapped it around where the bands were, and you can tighten it to your liking. So that's what I did. I hope that makes sense. But it was a little hard to do on camera because my hands are in the way. But anyways, now we're going to continue on with the head. So you can grab our pattern out again. So now we are doing, so we did increase all. Wait, did we do increase all? Should have 12 stitches if we didn't increase all. Yeah, I think we did. My slipknot band has already come off, so I'm just going to put that to the side. I'm going to zoom out a bit. Okay, so these will be in your way, just remember that when you're looming, but it will get out of your way soon. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into where our C-clip is. And now we're up to 3 rounds of just single crochet all. So I'll do one round with you. I'm going to move on to my next color, which is orange. And I'm going to just do a single crochet round, including fur, of course. So you want to do a wrap band into our first chain here, and just pull through. The sorry, that failed. These bands will be on your way for a little while, but they will eventually be in the design. And don't worry, you won't be able to see it. Again, it'll be in the design. So, and I'm not doing slip stitches. I just can't be bothered. You can, if you would like. It can get confusing if you're doing color changing like me. So I'm just doing a single one of these in each chain. I won't do the full round with you, just due to how long it takes. It doesn't take, too long, but for it to be on camera, this will probably take about 3 minutes just to do a round. Which, yeah. in each chain. You should have 12 chains. We're doing 3 rounds in total of this. I believe I did only 2 rounds on my last nose, but I'm going to do 3 rounds. Well, it depends. You can have your muzzle shorter or longer if you'd like. I'll just quickly show you what it looks like with 2 rounds. So that's what it looks like with 2 rounds. But I'm going to make mine with 3, I think. I'll tell you in the next clip how many rounds I did. So just make sure to watch till the next clip to see how many rounds I did. And what it will look like. So it depends on what it looks like. This is the first round, and I will do another round, of course, in orange. It's going to have a little pink nose. So we're just doing this all the way around. I'll just finish this up with you. Why not? As you can see, the black bands will get in your way. That is why I cut them, because they'll be getting in your way a lot more if there were a loop, because your band can loop on that, but if they're cut, then they can't really loop. So that's a hack. Reclaim your C-clip, and now you want to do however many rounds I put right here. So however many rounds I have right here is how many rounds you want to do. Or, of course, I will say in the next clip as well. Okay, so that's 1 round. I'm going to do another round of orange. Single crochet rounds, that's it. And if I do another round, it will be in yellow. Okay, so I'll go off camera now, do the amount of rounds I need to do, and then I will tell you. Alright, so I'm back, and I did 3 rounds in total. I would have said that where I said I put it. I did 3 rounds. You can do 2 if you'd like, a smaller nose. I liked the look of a longer one. This one just kind of looked too much into the face, so I wanted to do an extra round. So I did an extra round, and as you can see, it is actually a quite bit larger looking. So, well, kind of, not really. Alright, so now we're going to move on. And we're going to do a single crochet increase. So I've got my yellow again. I'm doing 2 rounds of each color. So we're just going to do a single crochet and then an increase. Single crochet. Increase. So back into that same chain. Wow. Get back. Okay, single. I will more than likely finish this round up off camera, and just due to the time on this video. So we just did a single, now doing an increase. Another single. And they increase. Okay, and then another single. We're just doing that pattern repeatedly, single, increase, single, increase, increase. Yeah, I won't go off camera. Single, increase, make sure you're not got fur on your hook. Single, and then the last stitch is a increase. You should still have 12 stitches, I'm pretty sure. No, at the end of this round it is 18, I'm pretty sure. And then the last stitch is an increase. Alright. There's that. Okay. So we just did single crochet, increase, now we're doing single crochet, increase. So doing the same thing, but just double the single crochet. So, I'm changing colors because I already did my 2 rounds of yellow. This is all I have left of green. That's okay. So I'm not going to do a slip stitch due to, I didn't do that for the other rounds. Another single crochet. So doing single crochet, increase. My phone is going flat. Should last this round. My phone percentage. So we're doing an increase now. So 2 single crochets and then an increase. For my green, because I'm running out of green, I'm only doing 1 round of green in anything. So we're just doing that again, single, increase. Single. Single, and an increase. Should be enough green for this round. I'm probably gonna have to take apart like a novel or something that I've made in this color. Single, and then another single. Okay, and then an increase. Just gonna quickly do that to make it easier. Excuse my huge sleeve. So I just did an increase, another single, single, so we did single, single, now another increase. Then I'm gonna have to stop looming for a sec and charge my phone and then continue on, but for you it'll be a second. Yep, this is an increase. I always check because I don't want to screw up the round. If this does cut off, that would more than likely be because my phone went flat. Single. Single. And now an increase. And I forgot to say when to put beads. That would have been in this row, in here, and here. That doesn't help now, but if you haven't added beads, and if you're adding beads, that would go in the 1, 2, just like add them up where you want them. So I'd usually go about here. Alright, that was a single, single, single. This is a increase, so single, single, and now an increase. That, nope, almost forgot my fur band. And then single, single, increase. Single. And then an increase. I'm trying to go fast because I don't want my phone to go flat. The last stitch should be an increase, and I will give you a little band count. Should be 24, I'm pretty sure. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, yeah, 24. And the row before that would have been 18, which I did say. So, you can have it that way or that way. I like it the more stitched up that way. So that is that, and now we're going to go on to our 4 rounds of single crochet, but I'm going to quickly charge up my phone. I'll charge my phone, come back, and then I'll do 1 round of single crochet with you, and then you'll do the other 3 off. Yeah. Alright, so we are back, and we are now doing 4 rounds of just single crochet. So I'm going to go into the first stitch and take my band, wrap it around my hook once to create 2 loops, and then we're pulling through the band and pulling it through the first chain. And I'm not doing a slip stitch once again due to not doing it anywhere else. And it doesn't really matter because we have fur bands and they are covering these stitches anyways, so. So just doing this throughout every single stitch, just 1 single crochet chain with the fur added, every single chain. This is my absolute favorite color of loom bands. It's such a pretty color. I haven't made anything with it yet. So I'll stop here. Just doing that throughout every single stitch, and we are doing 4 rounds in total. So this is the first round of just single crochet. We did 3 rounds of single crochet here. Of the first 3 rounds I did 2 orange, and that was 3 rounds of single crochet for the nose. And then now here we have done the 2 rounds here, the green and yellow, of increasing, and now we're doing 4 rounds of single crochets. So I will now finish this row up off camera. So this row that I'm doing now, I will finish it up off camera, and I will also do 3 more rounds on top of that. Okay, and I'll be right back once I've done that, and of course I will be changing colors throughout every second row. Okay, so I'll be right back once I've done 4 rows of just single crochet. So pause the video here, or see the next clip to see how it looks, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back, and I have now done my 4 rounds of single crochet, which was 2 rounds of blue and 2 rounds of purple, so it worked out well. So that's how it's looking. It's looking quite cute. I like how it's looking. The muzzle is bigger this time. I'm pretty sure it's called a muzzle. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But it looks larger this time, so it actually looks like a nose. I like that. And now we're going to move on to making decreasing. So I have my next color out, and don't mind the hair. I don't know where it came from. I may have accidentally dropped these bands on my carpet and picked up hair while at it. So okay. So we're going to start in our first chain. I'm just going to zoom in a slight bit. Okay. So up to here, single crochet, decrease. Just going to grab a band, wrap it around to your hook once, pull onto the band, and then pull through, and don't let it get in your way. So 2 single crochets, and then just doing another single, and now we're doing a decrease. Now I'm going to zoom in on this so you guys can see what I'm doing. To do a decrease, it doesn't focus on anything but this. What we're going to do is we're going to go into, so we have this band on our hook, and we just went into this chain. We're going to go to the next chain over. We're going to grab the front stitch of that chain, okay, and the next chain over we're grabbing the back stitch. So we have the front stitch of the first chain, and the second chain we have the back stitch, okay? So we're now just going to pull a band, before we do that, fur band first, and then pull a band through all. If you see the different colors of pink, that is because I just gave up within changing the color. I don't really mind. So 2 single crochets, single crochet, single crochet, front stitch of the first chain, and back stitch of the second chain to do a decrease. No, that's not how you do it. You do a fur band first. I always forget about it on the decreasing. Single crochet. So it should be decreased to 18 stitches at the end of this round. Okay, so just a decrease there, single crochet, and now we are doing a decrease, so front stitch of the first chain, back stitch of the next chain over. Fur band, I'm going to try and keep it to the hot pink looking one to do the fur, just so it doesn't look off. Okay, and it's repeating the pattern. Keep doing that. single crochet. Sorry, I just ate, so that'll be why my throat is not letting me speak. What did I just... Okay, single crochet, and now... And the next one is a decrease. Okay. So that was single crochet, this did what? Oh, that was meant to be a decrease. Whoopsies. This is why I always check. I didn't check that time. Oh wait, did I just do a decrease? I don't know. I think I just did do a decrease. That's fun. Alright. Single crochet. Single crochet. And decrease. I just did it and I forgot. I'm gonna do single crochet, decrease. That's how it should end, and you should have 18 stitches. I'm slightly going off camera. Forgive me for that. I'm trying to move the camera forward. Oh, that's a weird sound. There we go. Is that a single? Yeah, single. Another single. And we're going to finish off in a decrease with the last 2 stitches. Make sure you're getting the front and back stitch. Actually, that was... There we go. Alright. There's that. And now we're going to continue decreasing. But I actually forgot to add the eyes. So before we continue, I'm going to add the eyes. So I'm going to go to the next stitch over. And I'm just going to tie it off for a sec. You can also just leave the C-clip in and rely on the C-clip, but I don't like to rely on C-clips. Alright, so we're going to grab our, there they are, safety eyes, if you're using safety eyes. Just skip this part if you've already added your eyes for beads or bands. So, last time I used this size, I think I'm going to stick with this size. This is a 8mm, I'm pretty sure. But this size is in between 8mm and 9mm. So slightly bigger than a 8mm. No, they're slightly smaller, sorry, than an 8mm sized bead. So you just want to put them where you want. I think I like that. Actually, that's kind of perfect. You can also pick out some of the fur to get them out of the way of the eyes, or you can try to bush up the eyes to make it more realistic with fur. So there's that. And now what you'll do is, where are my backings? Oof. I'll be right back once I find my backs to my safety eyes. Alright, so they're on a different table now then. Anyways, I found them in the end. Just gonna grab... As you can see, I have two different types of backings here. I like to use the more translucent ones because they're easier to put on. These are the more cheaper backings. They all come together normally with the safety eyes, so... And sometimes you have that huge plastic thing on the side due to how cheap they are, so I just usually cut that off. Alright, also I have this glue, no you can't even see that, never mind. Alright, I'm gonna quickly try and cut like a tiny slit with my non-doable. I have these normal scissors that I'll quickly grab those. So these are my go-to scissors when it comes to cutting the edges because it can cut at the tip of these scissors, unlike most scissors. Whoa, I don't want to cut that far. And I think I might just cut the other side as well, just a slight bit, just to get it going. Alright, this is just to make it easier to apply the eyes. Make sure it is exactly where you want them. Yep. Just a little. The nose isn't quite centered with them, but that's alright. I can't really fix that. I like the placing of them, so I'm just going to keep them as they are. And then you'll just apply your backing nice and easy. I just do one so it's not too far into the head. Again, I'll do the same thing I did with the other side. Just going to open this up a little bit. Probably can't even see me. Yep, can't even see me. And then we're just... Oh, this one's a little difficult to get on. Come on. There we go. So my eyes are on now. Super duper cute. I love how these look. And we're also going to start adding our filling. Just a little bit. And we can add more once we start decreasing more. So, grab your filling and just... Oh, I said a little bit, but that was a lot. Okay. We're just going to fill to the top then, I guess. I'm just going to pull some of that out. Super duper cute. Oh no, we don't stuff yet. We have to add the ears. Whoopsies, I always forget to add things. That's just my thing. Alright, so we have our ears, and I'm going to attach them way better than I did last time, and I'm glad I didn't add another row, because I like that length. That's a super cute length. So make sure they're the right way up. So I have the blue side up, and the square side at the bottom. So you have a circle side, and you have a square side. You want the square side down to the bottom. And I like how the colourful ears look. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, I really like that. Super cute. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab some top stitches here. So we have a blue stitch and a pink stitch. We're going to go to the pink stitch. This is just the top two stitches that are in the middle. I'm going to grab a pink band to match it. Pull through, reclaim, tighten. So just doing a slip knot, and on the other side as well. Actually, we might do 3 bands here. So the other pink over here, just to make it extra secure. We'll also be doing bottom stitches as well. So we got 2 here, and then we got a blue band here. Make sure it's a corresponding color with each if you're doing the same colors as me. Okay, so there's that. So you got 3 at the top, so they're evenly at the top. Then at the bottom, we're just going to do 1. So the bottom, there should be a middle, and rough middle, grab a mango or orange band. And that is the tying off band. So do the same thing on the other here. Let's quickly do that. Here is different because I used purple. I don't know what happened there. But now we're doing just different colors. That's alright. I must have forgotten to add purple on the other ear. At least they're the same shape. And we're tightening these really tight. Like so, and we're going to grab another mango band at the bottom. This isn't exactly in the middle, but there is no exactly in the middle, so just go to the one that's next to the yellow band. I'm sorry if you're not doing the same colors as me, and if you're just doing an opaque one, I'm sorry, but just wherever it is in the middle, really, which it would probably more likely be middle here. So I'm actually going to do another one on the other side here, just for extra security. Again, these ears that I did here, I only put one slip knot in the middle of it, and they are not secure at all. So I'm going to try and improve the security of the ears way better than the first one. Again, this is an upgrade, not the exact same thing, because if it's the exact same thing, then what's the point of remaking it? So we have that side, and this, it's not the same as the other one, but that's alright. It'll at least be on. The colors are a little slightly different, but that's okay. Okay, so we have 2 at the bottom, 3 at the top, 2 at the bottom, 3 at the top. Now, we're going to find where we want our ears, and I want mine about there, but you want to roughly see where you want them, and because the fur is a little bit in the way, we're going to cut some of it, and I realize this is a waste of bands, but there's really not much I can do. If you don't want to do this, that's absolutely fine. It just makes the ears lay flat. It just feels so awful cutting bands that are completely fine. So I'm just going to cut a couple off. This is the only way I could think of how to do it, because otherwise there might be a huge gap somewhere where I didn't want a gap, and it just doesn't end out well. Alright, so we have a little gap there, and wherever we're stitching this, so that looks way better and lays more flat. I'm just going to do a couple more. It's actually kind of satisfying. So wherever you're laying it flat at the top, you want to make sure you have a gap there. Gosh, it looks like it was shaved. So there's 3 at the top, right there. Now you want to mask it out, or you want it on the other side. We're going to do that in a sec. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through the top here. We're actually going to go through, yeah, we're going to go through here where you first started off with the bands. And we're just going to grab our back one here. Oh, I was off camera. I'm going to quickly get that out of the way. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just pulling our hook up through the back and making sure it's the same way that the ear is going to be placed. Like that, so it's on the inside. Alright, so now we're going to the next place where we're going to be placing our next band, which is roughly in the middle, so I'm going to choose right here. Take the, whoa. Okay, we're just going to start with the middle band because that one fell out. That's okay. So pull that through. I recommend holding it from the back with the finger so you can roughly pull it out and see where you need to go next. Next is right here. So I'm just going to try to find the other band. This can be a little bit annoying because you might pull a fur band through when you're meaning the slip knot. So that's the next slip knot. Now the last slip knot is blue, so I'm just going to go through the last stitch, which is actually in blue. You can kind of pull it down slightly to see which stitch you need to go into. Okay, and now grab that, gosh, where did it go? Blue stitch. I keep going off camera, I'm sorry. And I'm back to the start. That's really fun. Okay, go into that stitch. This is really hard to do on camera, actually. I'm gonna try and help it out a bit. And pull that to the back. And again, attach that to your finger. Please attach my finger, thank you. Okay, make sure you like the placing. I'm just going to quickly replace the blue one because it's kind of going off to the side. So take the blue one off my finger. And I'm just going to place it in this green stitch here. That was a lot easier. Okay, so make sure you like the placement. I like the placement. Now we're going to go on the inside and we're going to tie the bands together. So what you'll do is you'll just put your hook through some of the stitches so that they don't, well, the blue one. And we're going to tie 2 of these together first. Nice and tight. Not too tight, of course. What the heck up in there? These bands are really easy to tie because they're so stretchy. I am so crap at tying bands. Okay, tie it nice and tight. Now you have a middle band and a blue band. I'm just going to say blue so you understand what I'm doing. I'm just going to tie them 2 together. So then your 3 bands are tied together. Hope that makes sense. Tying is definitely a hard thing to do. God damn it. We tied it once, but it won't let me tie it again. Especially when the bands are so slippery. Alright, so now we got that all tied. Have a look at your placement, make sure you like it. I love that, so cute. I'm actually not sure about attaching the bottom because it's kind of cute being able to flap up. Again, I realized that you did cut hair here. So if you want to just hide that with... Yeah, okay. So now we're going to do the same thing we just did on the other side. But I'm going to do it off camera because that took forever to do. So I'll quickly attach the other ear off camera. And I will be right back. Alright, so I am back. We have the eyes and the ears attached now. I also cut the eyes, not the eyes, the area under the ears as well on the other side. It's very rainbow looking and it's definitely hiding the eyes. So if you wanted to cut a couple bands in the front to stop the eyes from being too blocked, I would recommend that. Which I'm actually going to do right now. So there's one couple here, which if you want the eyes to look bushy, okay, I'm trying to think this through. I'm going to just cut this one. So they're definitely being covered, but that is normal for a dog like this. But I'm just gonna cut legit like 3 in the front, just so it's a little less in the way of the eyes. Again, a personal choice. You totally don't have to do this. I personally want to be able to see the eyes. That's way better. Okay. It unbushed the eyes a bit. I was scared to do that, but no, I won't cut that. I like the bushy up here. So it's looking super duper cute now. Now I can actually see the eyes from this way. Okay. So that's that. We have the head complete and we also have the legs complete. So now you should have all of this complete. Gonna look so cute. Okay, and now we will begin on the head to body. Okay, so I just cleaned up a bit. We're not beginning head to body quite yet. I realized we still have to stitch up the back of the head, so we only got a couple rows to go. We need to now do single crochet decrease. So we have our tying off band right here. I'm just gonna quickly try to loosen that. Just gonna grab a toothpick and, well, it's actually a skewer, but I cut it down. And that's way easier to undo stuff. Now put your hook into the last chain. My C-clip fell off. That's fun, but I know where I'm up to. Okay, make sure it doesn't fall off. And we are now going to finish this up. So I'm doing another round of just pink, and we're doing single crochet decrease. So single crochet and then a decrease, and there is fab fill. Front stitch and the back stitch as I have shown. Single crochet, decrease, front stitch, back stitch, and as you can see on the pattern earlier, you may have noticed earlier that I added stitches just so it's more even. Well, so that I can calculate it later to do a band count, which I will do. I will say at this would have of said at the start of the video. It will definitely be a large band count because it's basically, if I was to do without fur bands, it's half of the amount of bands. So whatever I calculate from like the rows here, I'll have to double due to the fur bands. So. Single, and I'll decrease. You should have 12 stitches at the end of this round, and the last round you should have had 18 stitches. I'm pretty sure I stated that. Sorry if I didn't. Single crochet. Almost done. Ah. And then we're doing a decrease, front stitch, back stitch. Single crochet, pretty sure it'll decrease, yeah, and the last 2 stitches should be decrease. Actually, I'm going to finish it up with a thicker band so the sleeve clip doesn't fall off. Alright, and now we're just going to be doing decreases. But before we finish this up, we're going to add some fab. So just pop this higher up on your hook, and sorry about that, I don't know where I got that, it's a cut. But yeah, make sure not to poke yourself when you're doing that because you do have safety eyes in there, that is if you're using safety eyes. Just be careful because they can hurt you, they are pointy, they're like screws. Okay, I'm not going to add too much in the nose area because it's pretty thick, and I don't want it to be, you know, wide. And I'm not going to stuff the head too much because, again, I don't want the head to be wide, if that makes sense. You can stuff it in the cheeks. I'm going to try and make it more cheek kind of stuffed rather than height and width. I'm going to grab some fabrics up here as well. I have heaps. That will do. Okay, filled to your liking. I'm pretty happy with that. It's nice and squishy and you can't see it. Oh god. That's okay. Be careful of that. My eye just popped out. I just pushed it back in, so it should be good, but yeah, don't let that happen. Okay, that's that, and now we're going to just tie it off. So to do that, we're going to do decreases, so front stitch and back stitch throughout all the chains. I'm still adding fur because it is the back of the head. I didn't add fur with my other one because I was running out of bands, and that was my main thing in that video. I was just running out of bands. I didn't have enough bands. So this time I have enough bands, so I'm going to do fur on the back of the head. Because it definitely looks strange without fur on the back of the head. I'm going to try and keep it with the thick bands, with the fur pieces and the and we've got a couple more, and then we're going to tie it off like craft muse, which I have shown in many of my tutorials. It's my favorite way to tie off something because it makes it look like a magic ring, which I will show you how to do in legit a couple seconds. So this is the last chain, 2 chains, so we're doing decrease all. You should have 6 stitches at this point. I'm going to add my C-clip to that, and we're going to go to the next chain over. Sorry, we don't need the C-clip anymore, so you can get that off. And we're going to go to the next chain over, and we're going to pull a band through all, and we're going to slip knot. Pull really slowly because it will be needed to pull tight. And we're going to put another one onto that. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we can see the little chains in the middle. We're going to go to every chain that we can see. Or find. Okay. It's going into the chains. So there should be 6, but if you can't find 6, that's completely fine. And now what we're going to do is so once you've done all your stitches, we're going to go into the body just slightly away from where it is, so about that many chains. Hold up. Nope. I guess I'll have to do. We're going to hold our finger here, grab this, pull it through, like so, and then we're going to pull that over and then tie off. Don't pull too tight because it will break. So that's that. As you can see, there is no hole. That's why I love this technique so much, and we're just going to pull this slip knot into the body, which can be a little bit difficult. You can just undo the other. Where is it? It's right in front of me. So I'm just gonna pull that into the body. Again, it has been knotted off, so it should be pretty good. Okay, so now that's in the body, we have our fur. You can kind of pull the fur up a bit. And that's the head. How cute is that? Oh, that's adorable. Alright, so I'm just going to place my pink bands out of the way. I might decide to cut a couple more bands in the front later, but that'll probably happen later. Alright, so nice and squishy. And now we're going to start on the head to body. So we now have the head to body pattern, and it's going from the head to the body. So I'm just going to leave that there. So now what we're doing is we're going to start off with magic, so before we start on the pattern, what we're doing is we're cutting bands. So again, sorry, this is annoying to some people if you have to cut bands. So we're just cutting around 12 stitches, 2, and make sure the middle 3. So they're the 3 middle stitches. Now we're cutting long ways this way. Did I just accidentally? Yeah, I did. We're cutting that band, cutting this band, and then this band, this band. There's a lot of cutting of bands in this part. Okay, so now we have a, oh god, I thought something had broken. Okay, I'm just going to cut that last yellow band here. And now you should have a open space to do your stitches. I'm also going to cut this row of blue bands. Alright, so now we have a area here to do our body. Forgive me for the amount of cut bands, but there's nothing else I could really do because I don't want to make, not add bands and then have just a gap where it's not meant to be a gap. It would just take a lot longer to figure out. So, what is that? Oh, I see, okay. So, we have our pattern here, and as you can see, it starts off with a row 1 to 2 single crochet all. First row is different, so I will show how. So as we did before, we have this. Now you're gonna have to figure out what color you want in your neck. Of course, I'm gonna be choosing pink. Surprise, surprise. As my starting color because it is the rainbow. So we're going to start off with the nose pointing toward you, and we're going to start on the first yellow band that is in the muzzle area. Pretty sure it's a muzzle. And we're going to pull a band through. I'm going to try and zoom in on this. Pull a band through, and then single crochet. Now we are going to go in the center of this band. This is, oh god, 2. And then 3. Hope this makes sense. Now going along here. 4. 5. 6. 7. And then 8. 9. 10. Nope. And the last stitch is 11. Because we did a slip stitch at the start, we'll be using the slip stitch as well. So we have 12 stitches in the end. So you should have 11 stitches at the moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And because we did slip stitch, you have a second stitch here, which we'll be using in this tutorial. Alright, so we're going to start off by adding our C-clip, and we're not meant to add fur to that row just due to how it's already covered in fur. So make sure that is definitely center. So we should have 12 stitches. Now we're going to be using the stitch that we don't normally use because we can't make 12 stitches without it. So I'm going to try and get my hook into this stitch here. So it should look like a teardrop here. Oh, she does not want to work today. Come on, work. Okay, we're going into that stitch that we don't normally do. It's a very tight stitch. And we're pulling a band through. And that is how we started off. Alright, so that's the full area. What happened there? Okay. So now we're going into the first stitch and we're going to be adding fur. So fur 1. I'm just doing a single crochet around. No. Fur. So we're just doing a single crochet around, nothing special. From inside to out. So we're doing our stitches the normal way, not from the outside in. We're doing them from the inside. Make sure you're adding your fur. We didn't add fur to the first row because it didn't need it. It already was covered in fur around the edges and it won't be noticeable. And it also saves you a couple bands. So you'll see in a second that you won't be able to see it. Again, this is just a single crochet round, so no increases and no decreases. Sorry if I'm covering the, well, sorry that I am covering this pattern. It's not really any space, and I'm just going to have it there. I'm going to push it up a bit. Table is so squeaky. And the last stitch is another fur band. Alright, take your C-clip and reclaim to the bend that's on your hook. So far we have something that looks very intensely small, but that is okay. We are now increasing. Come to the rescue. And I'm just going to move my chair over so I don't go off focus of camera. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're going to the next chain. I'm going to move to my next color. Which is orange. So we're just doing our bands, and now we're doing single crochet increase. So our first stitch is a single. God damn it. we're not doing slip stitch again. And now this one is a increase, so 2 stitches in the same chain. Hopefully this helps it with not looking so small. Doesn't usually look this small. Which isn't normal because it is 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, definitely 12 stitches. So I just did an increase. Yep. Now we're going into the next chain and we're doing a single crochet. Now an increase. This is a very time consuming process. So we just got the increasing to do, and then we have lots of rounds of single crochet. So now a single. Oh god. These bands are just not having it. So that was a single, now doing increase. Oh god. My fingers are legit covering the entire thing right now. Now a single, and we should be increasing to 8 stitches. Increase. Single. Increase, single, increase. Ah. It's so hard. It's not hard, but it's just annoying. Very tedious. Single, and then we should be ending in an increase. We should have 18 stitches. Whoop. Boom. And the last chain, which is our C-clip, we can remove that. Just leave it there for a sec, I guess. And we need to add our fur. Back into that same chain. Alright, grab your C-clip and pop it on the back side of your band. Alright, so we're just spreading the neck out a little bit. And now we are doing a single crochet round. So single crochet all. You can't even see that. Single crochet all. So that is what we're up to. And now we're just doing single crochet in all stitches. Oh, and by the way, we should have 18 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yep, we have 18 stitches. Wait, did I count this one? I'm not going to recount it. So we're just going to keep going. We should have 18 stitches at the end of this round as well. So just single crochet in every single chain. I just really off camera and I kind of fixed the squeaking, so I hope that works. So I'm just going to continue this single crochet round as fast as possible. I'm just going to finish this halfway and finish this like little part off camera. So I've got that, I've done halfway. I'm just going to finish the rest of the single crochets up to the C-clip real quick off camera and I'll be right back. Alright, so I just quickly finished that up off camera. So we did the single crochet all. So far we've done 3 rows. Actually that's 4 rows now. Actually no, we've only done, yeah, we've done 4 rows. Alright, so now we're going to go back to increasing. So we're doing 4 single crochets and then an increase. So we're going to move on to my next colour, which is yellow. And we're going to do a round of increasing. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 single crochets. So single crochet 1, single crochet 2, single crochet 3, and 4, and then now we're doing an increase in the 5th. Back on the same chain. And because this is off slightly with rows, for those people who know what I mean by this, basically it is off, so I'll have a couple single crochets at the end. 1 single crochet 1, and then now 2, three, and 4, and now doing an increase, single crochet 1, single crochet 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh god. I should 6. Don't mind me. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th one, an increase. Sorry about that. And you should have 3 stitches at the end. That's an increase, and now we have 3 stitches, and we're just going to do single crochet in all of them, including fur, of course. Right, so now I've done that, and now we're up to our 6 rounds of single crochet. So this is where it gets very repetitive and very time consuming. So it doesn't take forever, it doesn't take too long, but I recommend putting on some music or watching a movie while you do it. Well, not a movie, you won't, yeah, but you can watch some YouTube or something just to entertain yourself while you do this. This can be a time consuming thing because of all the fur and stuff. So we're now doing 6 rounds of single crochet, and we're just going to stretch out these bands a slight bit. And now I will go off camera and do that. I'm not even going to do one round with you guys because I've already done heaps of single crochet rounds in this tutorial. And yeah, so we're going to be doing 6 rounds of single crochet in total, and I will be right back with you once I have completed my 6 rounds. Again, 6 rounds of single crochet. So pause the video here, do 6 rounds of single crochet, and then come back to me. Alright, so I have completed my 6 rounds of single crochet. I have a couple rounds of pink at the top, which you can't really see, which I only just realized. Damn. 2 rounds of orange, 2 rounds of yellow, 1 round of green, 2 rounds of blue, 2 rounds of purple. I'm doing a slight bit of green for one. I don't entirely like the color. Well, I love the color green, but I didn't think it would look as amazing in this design, but I added it for the rainbow, and also I'm running low on green. So we have a long elongated body right now, and now we're going to attach the front legs. Now I'm going to grab a separate band. I'm actually going to grab a thick band. And we're going to pull through everything and just tie it off for the moment. Okay, make sure it's nice and tight so it doesn't come undone. Now we will grab our legs, just 2. And I was nervous that they were going to be too big, but I don't think that anymore. Because I'm going to try and put it as close to the chin as possible. Well, nose that is. So they're going to look something like this to the side. That's cute. And then, oh my god, this is going to be adorable. Okay, I'm happy now. I was nervous. The head is really heavy, but then the body will hopefully weigh that out. It's very heavy on bands. Anyways, I'm going to now attach the legs. We're going to attach it the exact same way we did with the ears. It's so cute. Oh my god, I'm in love. Alright. So we're going to position it where we want. We're not going to cut any bands. Just, you know, normal. So we're going to find where the middle is, which is about, ooh, I'm going to start here. I'm going to take my last band. We have 4 to tie off in total. So I'm just going to bring that to the middle, and I'm going to take a pencil, stick that in there, so then I can hold it while I do the other ones. So we have that. Now we are going to go back in. It's really hard to do on camera, but I will get there. Okay. So we went through where? We went through there. Okay. Basically what we're doing, I'm just going to explain it to you, and then I'm going to do it off camera. But what we're doing is we're pulling all the bands through 3 of the loops. 4. And then I will show you how to tie it off in a sec. So I'm just going to get those loops through the holes where I want, which is about here, here, here. So the 4 holes here. And I will be right back. Alright, so pause the video here. I just went off camera and put it in the holes where I wanted, because it was really hard to show on camera, and it's pretty simple as I exactly showed how to do the ears. So now we have them all on the hook attached, hopefully. And we're just going to take that off and untwist it. And now we have 4 bands. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 of those bands that are next to each other, and we're going to separate them. We're going to, grab half of them and put them on the pencil again. Okay, we're going to grab the first 2, and we're just going to tie them together. Double knot. I'm having some difficulty. These bands are very slippery. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other 2. Okay, and we're just going to tie these together as well. Make sure you don't let them slip out of your hands. That would suck. Way to go, way to go, way to go. Come on. Perfect. Alright, that is the first leg attached. I just attached it in kind of that format. Alright, so now I'm going to attach the second leg, like so. Super cute. I'm also going to do that off camera. So I'm just going to start off right here, and I'm going to attach my first piece. So I'm going to do this off camera, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so I just pulled it through the holes, and now I have that. Make sure that they are evenly in the same row. And then we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to grab our 2 first bands, leave that on there, and we're just going to tie this together, and you're going to watch me struggle to tie this. There you go. Uh-oh. Goodbye, loop. Okay, what I'm going to do, real quick, is just put my hook through this and this, and I'm going to attach another band to these, because it's just not working out. So what I do is I grab another band and I just slip knot it nice and tight. I'm just going to hold that on my finger for a sec, and then I'm going to grab this, pull through, reclaim. This is a mess. Okay. Now we should be able to tie these way easier now. Yay. Make sure you're tying them properly. Alright, that's the first band's done. Now we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side with some extra bands. Actually, instead of wasting more bands, I'm going to grab these ones Actually, I'll just take way too much time. Just grab a new band. Not gonna hurt anybody. Doesn't matter what color because it's on the inside of the body, so you're not gonna see it anyways. And the other one. Alright, now I'm gonna tie these together. Because I am definitely the one to struggle when it comes to tying off bands. And yet I legit have it in every single one of my videos. Okay, now we have a happy puppy. Alright, so this one was obviously tightened tighter. But that's okay, we will fix that later. Oh god, what's going on here? That one likes to go up. Same thing happened with my unicorn and stuff with this pattern. So the legs do look a tad bit big, but that's because we put fur on them. But now we're going to close up the body, stuff the body, close up the body, and then we'll attach the second pair of legs. And that's what it's going to look like. Super duper cute. Alright, so we're going to go to the inside of this, and we're just going to take this apart. I'm going to grab my toothpick. I'm just going to unslip that, and now we're tying it off. So we're going to go back to where the C-clip is, and we did we do 2 rows? Yes, we did 2 rows of purple, so now we're doing back to our pink. I think I'm just going to finish it up with pink. I'm not going to change any other colours. Maybe. We'll see. So now it's just single crochet decrease. So we're going to do a single crochet. Adding fur, of course. So single crochet and then a decrease. Another single crochet, and then a decrease, front stitch, back stitch, single crochet, decrease, single, decrease, another single, and a decrease, don't forget to do your fur, single crochet, and then a decrease, another single crochet, and because we ended in a odd round, it's just a single crochet at the end. There's hair everywhere. Alright, and then we'll be doing decrease everything, but before we do that, we're going to stuff. There's still hair everywhere. Looking super cute. It would definitely look better when we attach the behind legs, so we can attach them in this format. But before I do that, yeah, that's cute, but what's happening there? Alright, so now we are going to be putting on some fiber fill, in some fiber fill. Alright, so we have some fiber fill. So we're just gonna stiff the body to your liking. We want to have a little chubby puppy, so I'm gonna stiff him a little bit more. I got stop. Okay, I like that. Nice and chubby. Okay, we can have a look what that looks like with the arms down. Cute. I actually think they're slightly uneven, but we can fix that with slip knot bands. Alright, finally going to try and finish this up, and we're just going to do decrease in all stitches. So front stitch and back stitch. And don't forget to add your fur. You can like add no fur right now if you don't want to. If you want to, like, so it sits flat. But dogs do have fur on their butt, so I am just gonna do fur because I have enough bands, and why not? Gosh, I just coughed and sniffed. That's great. So just decreasing in every single stitch. And then we'll close it off like we did for the head. The fur actually also helps with stopping from being able to see holes in your project. So this is definitely good for beginners. Well, not, you know, beginner, but getting used to it. And I don't think it's that hard of a project, honestly. But that might just be my opinion, so if this is hard, comment that down below. I'd like to know. Because of course for me, I've been looming for almost about 4 years now. Almost 5, so I am an experienced loomer. Okay, so now that we've done that, now we're going to go into the next stitch. Actually, I think that's stitch. We're going to go to the next stitch. We're going to take a thick band and pull through all, and then slip knot it, grab another band, and we're going to pull that through and slip knot that as well. Well, I just sneezed, so I had to stop the camera. Okay. So, that's slip bar, sorry. Okay. Now we're going to go into the stitches, as we did before. You can also get rid of that C-clip. And just find as many stitches as you possibly can. Oh god, get a year. Pull through all the stitches from front to back, and I usually skip the last stitch just so it's not as chunky in the one area. And then I have hay fever at the moment, don't worry, I don't have COVID. And we're just gonna quickly pull this through, have it on our hook, pull through the hook, and then tighten. Whoop, and there you go. Now it's tightened off. You can legit leave it like that if you prefer. I'm gonna quickly get my toothpick and turn it the way that it... I couldn't even see what I was doing then. I grabbed the wrong thing anyway. That's alright. Alright. And then we just hide this in the body. Again, it is tied off so it won't undo in the... And perfect. Now we have a cute little puppy. Oh, it's so cute. And now... I love how the colors turned out, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I really love the colors. I like pastel. Alright. Now we're gonna make the feet and we're gonna do the back legs. We're not putting feet on, whoops, we're just putting legs on. So now we're gonna make it stand, basically. So, what I'm gonna start off by doing is letting these legs do their thing. And we're gonna turn to the back. We're gonna see where that lines up perfectly. And we're just gonna go to the back, that's about there. If you did them longer, you probably put them further back to make them look more realistic, things like that. But I'm gonna do it wherever it meets. So I'm gonna put that down and it meets at about there. So I will go to that spot. It's gonna be way more difficult with wrap bands in your way, but we can do it. So we're gonna grab the first one and we're gonna grab the first band, tying off band. We're gonna pull that through. No, we need that on our hook. Okay, keep that on your hook. And we're gonna go to the next stitch over. And we're gonna go pull through the next slip knot. We're gonna go through the next chain over. It's pretty repetitive. Pull through one another, and then the last one, which is gonna be this one. Okay, and pull through one another, and then somewhere back in the, I realize it is blue in a purple area, but just somewhere behind here, grab the band, whatever band you'd like to use. I'm gonna use purple, and we're just gonna slip knot that together, and you can legit just leave it like that and no one will even know. So now we have something that looks like this. Now we want it to bring to the front. We want this to bring to the front as well. To do that, we're going to see where it matches up here. I'm just going to eat that, and we're going to go here, and we're going to go about there. Like so, and whatever band color that is corresponding with that, we are just gonna pull through each one of those with the band, reclaim, and then slip knot. And again, you can legit leave it like that if you don't mind how it looks. I'll probably just do this. Just stop it from being so out there. Okay, now we have a, it's still pulling to the side, as you can see. We want it to be like that. So to do that, to force it to do that, I'm going to go into a yellow chain, which is dead straight in the middle. Well, not dead straight. Well, yes, actually, in the middle. Try not to grab a fur band. And we're going to pull that down to a purple chain. So then it's all the way down, and we're going to grab our purple. And we're going to go through the yellow, pull through one another, and slip knot that nice and tight. And that again should make it stay. But if not, which is still my problem, just keep adding slip knots until you're happy with it, basically. I'm actually happy with that. I don't mind how that looks. Now this looks further down. That is because I've tied it down further. Not here, but I've tied it Okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing we just did on that side on the other side of this, and I'll be right back with you. So this is the next clip, as you can see, and it is where I am featuring the tail, but I forgot to mention that I had attached the legs. So the last clip you saw was me saying I'll be back with you after I've attached the second pair of legs, but then lost that footage, and I say that legit a couple seconds after this voiceover. I just thought I should let you know because the jump cut is quite confusing. But yes, that is why the jump cut is so difficult, and I just lost a bit of footage. That's it. Sorry I had to cut out some footage, but all I did was in the top middle of both the legs, I'm just going to pull a band through and then do a single chain of 3, and on the fourth one I'm just slipping a band through and tying it. I had to cut that footage out because I was swearing in the background. Can't have that. Alright, so now we're going to do another chain directly underneath it in the bottom row, and we're just going to pull a couple single bands through. I have noise in the background, I'm sorry about that. That's just my family. Sorry about that. So we have red, orange, well, pink, orange, yellow. I have run out of green, but so green and then blue. So I'm just gonna add blue instead. I have tied this up. That was being tidy. And then I have a little story time for you guys at the end of this. It's pretty funny. Sorry, not yet. Oh god, I'm an idiot. My mom's just figuring out what we want for dinner, so. Okay, and I'm gonna pull another band through, but this time it was not it. Okay, so now we have that, so then when we tie it together it'll be little. Now in the middle, we're gonna do one in the middle, well actually a couple in the middle. So go to the middle, do one, I'm just adding whatever bands now. Orange, and a bit of purple, and then yellow. I'm just not even in rainbow order anymore. I'm sorry if that triggers anybody. Okay. And then we'll do one on each side here. No, we won't. Do a couple more on these sides. So we have one on the side here. So one. You can do the tail longer if you prefer. Okay, so that's all we have so far, and then we're going to tie it all together. And then we have over here a blue, so we're just going to pull band through, another band through, another one, and we're going to tie it off with a pink band this time. Rightio, now we have heaps of these little single crochet chains. Not crochet, just chains. And now what we're going to do, so we're going to gather them. You can do this more thick if you would like. Grab a band, any band, and we're just going to wrap it around like this. And then I will show you what to do next. As many times it'll go around. Just going to stop there. Alright, so now we have this cute little fluffy tail and we have all these little dangly pieces coming out. I dislike the look of those, so this is optional of course, but I'm just gonna make sure it's super tight before you do this. Again, I would not recommend doing this if you don't want it to come apart, but it's a risk and they're easy to remake, so. And then you can just push it up a bit. You got a little, tiny little tail, which I'm just gonna deal with. I don't want to do anymore. Because this has now taken me 2 days to film. I'm due to school and stuff. but I will clean up and I'll do an outro. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my designs, please give this video a like. And if you want to see more future designs and notifications from when I post, make sure to click that bell button and to subscribe. So subscribe, then click the bell button to get notifications when I upload, and so you can make my design as soon as possible. And that is it for today. Oh, also, if you do make my design, make sure to tag me on Instagram. Make sure you tag me and not just put me in the description, because that can sometimes I won't see it. It won't be in my tags. So sometimes people spam me with likes, which thank you for that, but so sometimes it goes off my list of things. So if you do mention me, make sure to tag me. And yeah, so I would love to see your designs, so I hope to see some mentions. I've already seen a couple on here, on this one, which is the exact same pattern. I just changed a couple slight things like the ears and how to attach them. I also slightly changed the nose, just a couple adjustments to make it cuter. The tail is the exact same. But that is it, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye for now.